Welcome. Coming up in this vlog. Oh my god, that was so bad, but anyway.
It's a bit of a mess, a little bit, but a lot. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I'm gonna try and just be a bit more organised this week. I definitely wanted to have Quran in my life.
Okie dokie, so this is the situation. It's a bit of a mess, a little bit, but a lot. A little bit, but a lot. But I'm basically gonna put those other things, I'm gonna put those 3 in the cupboard. I know that they're meant to be hanging vertically, but I'd rather them be laying like flat and then just like put things inside, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Put them into this unit. So I basically have to clear all of this out. By the way, this is after I'll end this. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I've emptied it out and I'm thinking of putting like easy to reach things here and then putting the organisers this way and up here maybe, and then one down here. Well, that's where we're at. I'm thinking, I'm strategizing, guys.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna turn the page. Oh, pretty good. Do it again. We're gonna.
What I've seen so far is that essentially pregnancy and everything after that is just a roller coaster, and there will be times where you're literally, the best thing you've done that day is got out of bed, if you have, and if you haven't, the best thing you've done that day is just eat, and sometimes you're not even making it yourself, to be honest. And that is 100% of your effort that day, if that makes sense. Like, you've been 100% productive for where you're at in your life at that point. The same way you might have a really busy day where you're doing so many things and like you're really productive and everything's going right, things like that. The same way that is you being 100% productive in that time, with that version of you, is the same way you lying in bed and eating is 100% productive for you in that time, if that makes sense. Don't expect yourself when you're sick or you're tired or the baby really needs you and is really fussy, don't expect you in that situation to be as productive as you in the other situation. Do you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times we compare ourselves to our old self. I was literally doing that last video, but we do need to remind ourselves that obviously when everything's good in life and you have a bunch of free time and things like that, obviously like rest, but also try to maximize that time, if that makes sense. Don't just maximize that time and don't just rest in that time, but try to find a happy medium. I don't really know what that medium is yet because I'm just bouncing between both, to be honest. And then obviously when it comes to times where life is just a bit more intense, I feel like it's important to ease back and give yourself a lot of grace, because life is not giving you grace right now, you know. That kind of helps me with managing my expectations. I try not to feel so bad, but again, it's very hard, especially when for the majority of your life, everyone is basically just telling you that you have to do this and be productive and all of these things and study and blah blah. So it is very difficult to balance having grace but also being realistic with yourself, and I feel like you have to self-parent a lot as well and be like, okay, now you're taking the piss, you know. And I think I am taking the piss a bit. I feel like it's just unfair if people think that having a 3-month-old is like this. It really is not, and sometimes parenting is more demanding than others, and when it's not as demanding, it's time when you do things you love. I won't lie to you, I don't think I am optimizing myself when it comes to pretty much doing much things lately, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try and just be a bit more organized this week. If you don't know, it's Sunday, which means that it's it's the Monday of Kuwait, and I have a ton of clothes that I need to organise. So I have to organise that today, inshallah. That's my goal. If that happens, I don't know, but we'll see. And then I'm planning on basically we have a little dining table here, so I'm planning on putting the dining table into the second room, because obviously when the baby gets older he's going to go in there, but for now, for about a year or so, right, he's going to be just in our room. So until then it's going to be a makeshift study type situation. A good while ago I started to memorize the Quran again, and it had been so long since I actually formally memorized. I wanted to be able to say basically that I had a goal with my Quran and that I was working towards a goal. The trajectory, the speed of the goal, the speed of me getting to my goal and things like that would obviously vary with life just happening, but I definitely wanted to have Quran in my life in a formal, like, hifz way. So I literally googled online Quran teacher, and the first link, I think it was the first link, I just went with it. The lady was great basically, and we were making a lot of progress. It was very intense, I'm not gonna lie. So I was doing memorization for a bit. I stopped obviously because I was giving birth and stuff, and I'm trying to get back into it, but obviously I need to not overwhelm myself to the point where I end up losing all of these habits or falling off. So I'm trying to figure out a way of kind of easing myself back into the things that I used to do. So let me sort that room out and pray for me. Yeah, that was horrible. Anyways. Oh my god, that was so bad. But anyways, yeah. I was on sick leave, I think. I was pretty sick, but great chat.